Do we have anybody? Lined up? No, I want you to be part of the show now. You just
now you want me to be part of the show.
Yeah.
Now you always want to sit there and start shows without me.
Yeah, Mr. IB Jon Davis in this building.
Well, I did.
Mr. Elite Champ. Wait.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Too soon.
All right, so we'll just all right, I'll just go get somebody.
Yeah, let's get somebody.
I got it.
Oh.
Hey, John.
I'll give you a minute if you need it.
Hey,
giving you a minute is pretty nice.
You guys want to go ahead and I gotta do this thing real quick. I get back there. Russell House Wrestling.
That was. Hey, Jon Davis.
Hey, Milo Beasley.
Yeah, he was talking about how he beat you in this building before. It's not awkward at all now.
No, not for me anyway.
All right. Yeah, we can go ahead and shoot this video.
Let's do it.
You want to do an episode of Milo Beasley Show?
Let's do it.
I didn't even say my name. I stumbled over my own name. Hey, man, why aren't you signed? I don't know. I can't even say my own name.
Blowing the promo.
All right, so welcome to the Milo Beasley Show. Dude, episode number 178.
Damn, really?
Yes, 178. We're getting up there. 3.5 years we've been doing this.
It's crazy.
You were episode like number 7 or so? 7 or 8?
The one sat on my lap the whole time and we talked about Hocus Pocus.
Talk about how much of a great movie Hocus Pocus was.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
And then we were at Biff's wedding, which, could you imagine? We were at Biff's wedding.
I think I broke the record for rolls eaten.
You did.
On camera.
Right.
Because I think that's all I did the entire time.
And you ate like, it was like 6 of them. I don't even know where you got them.
No, it was like 13 of them. Because we were coming out and I saw a bowl and it had nothing but rolls in it. I was like, I'm going to eat all of these. So I just picked up as much as I could carry.
Why not? I didn't see them first. That's probably why there was 13 still in there. So we're hanging out. Actually, you've been on here quite a few times. We hung out at that dumpster.
Orlando?
Yeah, in Orlando. That was before Wrestle Brawl, I think. So we're hanging out here at USWA. Big show tonight, man.
Absolutely.
Packed show. And, of course, the main event, Jon Davis coming out on top with 3 belts now. Listen, let's be real. Having to carry 3 belts sucks.
It's the worst. I wish there was like a laugh behind it, but like
it's real. All
right, picture this. So you got a busy travel day ahead of you and you're going to go to the airport and everybody's happy and they're like, you see soldiers reuniting with their families and it's a beautiful scene. People are getting Starbucks and it's a good thing. And you're standing at the checkout and your bag keeps falling over because of these stupid belts. And then you get randomly searched by TSA because you're brown and have a beard. I don't know if that's you, but I do it all the time.
All the time.
And then they're like, what are these? And then obviously somebody knows everything about wrestling.
Yep.
Oh, they're wrestling belts. And then they take them out, and then they want to talk to you about wrestling, and then they want to take pictures.
Do you know The Rock?
Right? Why aren't you in WWE? It's just not my time. I told him to hold on. So
you should really look into that, bro.
Yeah. And then they take pictures with the belts, not with you in them. They just want pictures with them. They need a new Facebook profile picture. And then they swab the belts, and then you wait there for 20 minutes and you almost miss your flight. And that's what, being a champion is a big deal, don't get me wrong. But having to always be late to a flight is the worst feeling in the world. Because you know you're going to be late when you get there. And everybody else is happy except for you.
Everyone. And they don't understand why it's an inconvenience.
I couldn't. It just drives me nuts.
So obviously you just won the belts here at USWA. What else do you got on the docket here? I heard Jon Davis Does Mean Things and Kicking It with Jon Davis. The series is really taking off.
Mm-hmm. So that all came about. I was trying to think of something because I got this idea actually years ago when Cabana was doing the Art of Wrestling when it first popped off.
Right.
Because there's going to be video interviews at first. And then I was like, what can we do? And I pitched it to Davey Richards. I was like, it should be like a mailbox in Philly, and you walk up in full gear in the middle of the day and kick it and walk away. And it was just going to be inanimate objects, and it would be over because it's Davey Richards.
Right.
And because people would believe that he'd kick a mailbox, right? Because he hates mail. And so...
Does he?
I think so.
Okay.
And
we'll get this verified before it goes live.
Somebody ask him, tweet him or something. So that was going to be the idea, but, Davey was too busy, being a star. so it fell to me, and I just started kicking people.
Just started kicking people. Sometimes not on camera.
Yeah. Apparently it's funny, so...
It is super funny. You know what? At the end of this episode, we will put the latest edition of Kicking It with Jon Davis at the end of this.
This is what Milo Beasley does for you people. You need to appreciate him. He goes above and beyond, and he delivers on every single aspect and facet of the game. Nobody else does it.
It's like two shows. For one, you have the Milo Beasley Show and Kicking It with Jon Davis. Actually, I really want, because hopefully this isn't, nobody goes and takes ideas. This is wrestling and nobody would do that. But come January, February, I will actually be filming full 30-minute talk shows.
Really?
Yes. And on those, we will be having different segments and stuff, as talk shows do. Because I really want this to be a legitimate thing, not that I hate wrestling, because I love wrestling almost more than anything, everything about it. But there's a giant world out there, and as I was talking with Jason Cade earlier, not about beating you, but the fact that, because we were listening to our friend Larry Dallas on the Sirius XM,
Shout out to Larry Dallas,
on Busted Open, on Sirius XM 93, yes, 93, and see, I can plug, bro. I mean, I think that's the channel, so don't.
No, it's your turn, Larry.
Okay, and I was telling Jason Cade that it was unfortunate that you can't go to a mall, you can't go to Universal, you can't go to Disney, you can't go to Walmart shopping, you can't go anywhere without seeing a wrestling shirt, whether it be Bullet Club, John Cena, The Rock, Steve Austin. Still to this day, see Austin 316 shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And media, there's no media. They're afraid to talk about wrestling. When you go into Walmart and there's an entire section filled with toys, and then there's magazines, and there's all these things, and they fill out an arena. They fill arenas every single night.
Tens of thousands of people.
Tens of thousands of people every single night. Not to mention the hundreds of independent companies out there all over the world, or just in the United States.
Or Jacksonville, Florida.
And nobody wants to talk about wrestling. So so it's awesome to listen to wrestling. It was awesome to hear Larry Dallas and Lagana talk on the way up here. So while I would love to sit there and do shows about wrestling, there's a big world, and I want to entertain them as well. So we'll be doing things other than wrestling, such as hopefully Kicking It with Jon Davis becomes a regular segment.
I'm down.
Yeah, so we'll be doing some other things. We'll be doing hopefully nobody steals this, cooking segments with Jonathan Cruz.
Can he cook?
He said he's really good at the ramen.
I was thinking ramen or like microwaving pizza rolls.
He said he's really good at that. So he has an assistant, a cat. And what could go wrong?
It sounds like the perfect.
So really looking forward to that, and hopefully you are a part of it. I want to be like the Adam Sandler and just include all my friends in all my stuff, and then hopefully become successful, and then keep including all my friends and stuff.
Even after it's done being successful.
Yes.
Keep doing it.
Until we run into the choke into the ground. So I did want to talk to you about, I guess not too many people, it's unfortunate, but know about Dark City Fight Club now.
Mm-hmm.
And what would it take, besides dragging Corey Chavez to the ring, for one more great Dark City Fight Club run?
Just promoters willing to do it. I mean, The hard thing about Corey and I is that we're both two dudes over 6 feet, menacing looking, and that is not most of the tag teams in the United States of America.
Right.
And I guess a lot of promoters, various areas when we were the NWA World Tag Champions, which second longest reign in history. But
again, people,
But we we would go wrestle these teams in these areas, and they were terrible. So promoters would be like, "Oh, well, we can't have you guys back because you're exposing our talent, making us look bad." It's not even like we're trying to do it, but you're supposed to be good at your job, right? So that's kind of where we're at. But I mean, if anybody wants to get a Dark City Fight Club, I mean, Jon Davis,
one of the greatest tag teams in the world, quite frankly.
Being nice.
I am because you're my friends, but I am because it's the truth. Like, why would you? I don't understand why companies. I mean, I get payroll and stuff, but I don't understand why companies just don't have you guys. You guys are an actual attraction. What do you like better, tag team or singles wrestling? Does it depend on the night?
It depends on the night.
Yeah,
I like both because I've had some really, really good matches with Corey and I versus other people, and I've had a lot of stuff singles wise. I've gotten some successes that I didn't necessarily foresee coming. I always thought that I was going to be a tag team guy. Fun story, before we tried out for Ring of Honor, Sal came to us. He called us over there and he goes, "Hey," he's like, "you guys really need to focus on this tag team thing because you're both good, but you'll never be good enough to make it on your own." And Corey and I walked away so confused. And to this day, Sal will deny this. To this day. But that was when we were like, man, that was the worst pep talk ever. And then we went and got signed to Ring of Honor, so maybe it wasn't.
So, yeah, maybe he kind of knew what he was talking about there.
Yeah.
So, a thing we like to do on the Milo Beasley Show. You're familiar. Top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5. Oh, I want to say one, but it's really niche and nobody. Well, we can talk about it later. Top 5. Oh, this one's a good one, I think. I asked this question to Ty Templeton. Are you familiar? Batman artist.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 Batmans, like actors portraying Batmans. Because little known fact, Jon Davis. Big Batman fan. How many bats do you have on you?
53.
53 bats. Is there a reason for 53, or are you waiting? Are you getting more later on?
So the only thing I have Batman on me is the POW tattoo.
Right.
Shout out 66, and I have the Dark Knight Returns symbol. All these numbers and everything, everybody thinks it's Riddler and Batman, but in fact, it's my children's birth dates, and I have a 7-year-old named Damien. And he's my weird one.
Right.
So the question mark is for him. So it looks like the Riddler. And the bats represent change and transition in a lot of cultures. So as part of being a parent, that's where the bats came from.
Damien, also the son of
Bruce Wayne.
So 5 favorite Batmans. No particular order.
Okay. Affleck.
Okay.
Conroy, voice.
Okay. Yeah. Every time I do this, like I asked that question, this is like the 3rd time I've asked that question, and I always forget about animated series.
Yeah, he's got to be in there. It's not fair to not have him. Adam West, because he's not technically the OG. He's the 3rd guy to play him, but it's Adam West. Mm-hmm. Keaton.
Okay.
Did I say Bale?
No, you did not.
Christian Bale.
Because
Christian Bale's character, and he did a lot of little things. Like when he was changing in the Batcave, when the other thing burnt down or whatever, and he took his shirt off and he saw the scars, like the Alice Ross painting.
Right.
And I was like, he gets it. Like,
see, 4 out of the 5 would have been, or mine, with taking out Connor, because I always forget about him, but I put in Will Forte from Lego. So those are fantastic.
What about the dude that does the fake Batman ones? Batman finds his voice.
Yeah.
Honorable mention, if I could remember his name.
Bat Dad is pretty good too.
Yes.
Bat Dad is great.
Yes.
Just saw some outtakes from that one this past week, and it was fantastic. So before we wrap up, where can folks find you on the social medias, on the Twitter and all that jazz?
Twitter, Jon Davis 817. Facebook, just Jon Davis, picture of me in a hoodie. Instagram, establish_dominance. And I think that's it. Also, I'd like to point out that I'm Zach Romero's dad's favorite wrestler. Shout out to Fully Gimmicked. And that's on all of those too. And actually, that's my Twitter picture. Is me and Zach Romero's dad.
Yeah, Fully Gimmicked. Good people, man.
Yes.
Really good people.
Love them to death.
I think they are just at Fully Gimmicked, right? Is their Twitter. And of course, here, USWA Jax, at USWA Jax, JAX. Of course, you're going to find me on all the socials at The Wrestling Bum. Of course, go to Facebook, give us that thumbs up, that like. Subscribe to us on YouTube, please. That's how we get out to the masses. And tell your friends, please. Anything else before we wrap up?
Nope. Big ups to USWA and Federated and Pro Wrestling Ego. We're doing a big thing. We merged, and it's going to be a huge thing. Pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention. Thank you guys for watching episode number 178. Please check out our 177 other episodes when you're binge watching over Thanksgiving break, Christmas break coming up, holidays, whatever you want to call it. And we'll see you next week.
I'm originally from New York.
Originally from New York.
I'm now in New Jersey.
And now in New Jersey. So where
I'm also originally from New York, from the Bronx.
Yeah, Bronx, 168th
Yeah, see?
Webster.
Look at that. Already.
You guys
Good.
want to talk about